Talk about the ACC, gentlemen. My name is Rob Dosser. I have Randolph Childress with me. I have Terrence Oglesby with me. They are both ACC legends in their own mind, at the very least. ACC,
now, he's a legitimate ACC legend.
Yeah,
I'm in my own mind.
Yeah, you are. You are. You had one moment, got one nickname, and all of a sudden you.
I had a few. I had a few more than one moment.
I thought so.
Thank you, Randolph.
All right,
that's very sweet of you.
So there's 5 ACC teams that made it into the tournament. 4 of them are left.
Mm-hmm.
We have Miami, we have Notre Dame, we have North Carolina, and we have Duke. Who are you the most impressed by, RC? I'm going to you first.
I'm most impressed with Notre Dame. Again, I mean, what they had to go through from playing in the first 4 and traveling west, and we saw what happened in Indiana when they did that. Was impressive. They played against an Indiana player. I mean, that's why I say it's the most impressive performance, because, anyone who's ever played in that first 4 in, and then you play and you got to get up wee hours of the morning and fly out west again to play against an inconsistent but talented Alabama team, and today they were dominant against them. So I was really impressed with Mike Brey's team.
I thought Miami looked good today. Isaiah Wong scored the first 12 points for them. If you have a guy that can get some offense when the rest of your guys are struggling, it's such an advantage in this tournament. I mean, how many scoring droughts have we seen throughout the last 2 days? Like, teams can't score. And if you have a guy that can help you kind of inch along, be your crutch for a minute, like, it's going to help you out tremendously. Isaiah Wong was that today. Cam Auguste, I mean, it took him a minute to get going. I'm not even really sure if he ended up with that great of numbers. But, I mean, like, Miami's good. And I'm telling you, Auburn's going to have all they can handle tomorrow against the Miami team.
Let me ask you this. You basically penciled Miami in for a national championship.
I penciled them into the Elite Eight.
You basically penciled them in for a national championship. At the end of that game,
I'd say more of a Sharpie than a pencil.
Yeah, it was a Sharpie. Yeah. They blew a double-digit lead, right?
Yeah.
They were up by 13 or 14 points in the second half. USC came back. They took the lead. Were you nervous? How much were you sweating?
I mean, a little bit, but I don't gamble on the game, so I don't sweat as hard as other people in this room.
You're just worried about your predictions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then I'll start getting hated on in Mandarin, which had never happened to me prior to this morning. So, no, that Miami team's good, though. I mean, even Cam Auguste, who's 5 of 18 from the field, like, they still find a way to win. And I'm not sure. The guy that posed a lot of problems for Miami today was Drew Peterson, and he did a lot of his work with his back to the basket. Who for Auburn's going to do that against the guards? I'm not sure there is one. So that team, that Miami team, as well as North Carolina, has just been really, really impressive over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I know we tend to overvalue that Duke win at Cameron, but at the same time, you still got to do it. And for them to show up and blow out Marquette in the manner in which they did, and with the intensity in which they did, they played against Marquette's tough-minded. And, of course, we're going to go back, and Greg's going to say something smart about Shaka Smart, and everybody's going to be like, well, he hasn't won a game in the tournament forever. But still, his style of play with his team, that's the kind of style of team that North Carolina struggled with, right? So to see them move past that, get a couple of tough, hard-fought wins and blow out the competition, I think says a lot about this team moving forward. I think they have a legit shot.
My biggest concern with Miami is they didn't do it well today, and I don't think they do it well as a team, is that shoot it from deep. I don't think they're a good three-point shooting
team. They were 1 for 14. Goodness me.
Yeah, I think they're Charlie Moore, and you got to cross your fingers and hope, McGusty or Wong, and that's not Wong's game. They're mid-range, attack the rim guys. Charlie Moore is the guy you need bombing away from 3, and if he's not getting it going, then they're going to struggle. And the more you can restrict it and get in the paint against a bigger Auburn team, I think it favors Auburn in that matchup.
Let me ask you guys this. We have Walker Kessler at the 5 there. Best rim protector in college basketball.
Yep.
We've already covered how Miami is. What they basically want to do is get you into ISOs, get you into ball screens, find a way to let their dudes go make plays.
Yep.
That's kind of the way that they play. When you have a rim protector at the rim and you know you're going to have your Katie Johnsons and your Devin Cambridges and your Jalen Williams being able to climb up in these guards for Miami, is that a good thing for someone that wants to shoot off the dribble? Is that a bad thing? Like, how does that match up?
I think Isaiah Wong's the exact wrong guy for somebody like Katie Johnson to guard, because Isaiah Wong is perpetually calm. Like, he never seems to get rattled. He can't go left for his life. Like, it's amazing to me. He's still able to get to his right hand and pull up. But, like, the key to this game is going to be is Wardenberg going to pull the trigger? He's a 43% 3-point shooter.
He won't shoot it.
If he shoots it, he's got to pull the trigger this
won't
game.
shoot.
He absolutely has to shoot it this game, though. In order for them to have success and bring Walker Kessler away from the rim, like, you have to shoot it.
If he starts making shots and he attempts to knock down 2 to 3, it changes everything with this team. But right now, I was sitting there watching the game today. I'm begging, like, just take it. You know, just take a couple shots. And he's really, really I mean, he's a really good passer. But I think he needs to be a little bit selfish and a little bit aggressive to shoot the ball if this team is going to go for it. He's a better shooter. Outside of Charlie Moore, he's probably the second best shooter on the roster. And the other guys, it would just remove that big from the paint and give McGusty and give Wong and even Charlie Moore getting in there finding guys. It'll clear the paint up. But if he's going to continue to pass, only take 1 or 2 a game, I wouldn't guard him.